Several trends. Today I would like to focus a bit on the trends that are affecting the consumer behavior in self-care. Focus is Europe. I guess some of the trends are definitely also relevant for Greece. Some others might be less relevant, but I think, yeah, let's see what kind of trends we see. Today I would like to focus on 5 key trends that we feel are relevant when it comes to the behavior of consumers in the self-care industry. The first one is that consumers will access more data and use the technology to leverage it effectively. The second one is that we see that consumers will be better informed than today. Then we see that consumers will engage more when it comes to disease prevention. We see that there will be a growing focus on mental health, aging and gender-specific health. And last but not least, we also see a trend that also in self-care, sustainability will play a more important role. But let me start with the first trend. If you look a bit at consumers and how they will behave in the coming years, then we see the trend that they will be equipped with all relevant health data and information in an accessible manner and with tools that enables them to make also more informed decisions. We're going to see more and more, let's say, applications, tools that will help people to make also somehow some conscious decisions. What does it mean if I have the data and what the data looks like? On one hand, you could say maybe we're going to see more and more silo applications, so you have for certain specific applications, your data and your applications. Or, and that is something that we believe is probably rather a trend, is that we're going to see more and more a trend towards platforms. So you have health platforms, and on these health platforms, you're most likely going to have your data. And on these platforms, you might have applications make use of the data. And of course, the typical suspects like Apple and Google are most likely one of the forefront when it comes to these kind of platforms. Another trend that we see is in the way how people actually get informed about health and what they should with health, right? Now, I think in the last years, it was very prominent that everyone went on the internet, look on Google and whatever, what kind of answers they find to specific questions. And we believe that this is going to be quite rapidly replaced by AI tools like ChatGPT. Already today, we see that more than 50% have used AI tools like ChatGPT to get recommendations, to get ideas about what you do with their health. So we also were saying it's more like instead of searching for information, so what to do if you have a code or whatever, if you now look into the number of people using already ChatGPT, you're going to see that this is a trend that's going to be extremely fast. Of course, there's always the risk about reliability. So what can we do? So what can we rely on the data that we get or the recommendation from its AI tools? But definitely something that's going to be soon a very big trend in the self-care industry. Another trend that we believe is prevention. A recent study shows that 84% of people are already today taking care and looking into prevention, disease prevention, and a lot of people also actually say that they're going to spend more even in the future. Understand more and more that prevention is not only physical prevention, right? It's also mental prevention, right? So also the mental health is becoming more and more important. Age-related health, I think, is of course also something that is probably not a surprise, right? The topic of longevity, I think, is now extremely well known for many people. Maybe in the past it was something for the super rich. Now more and more people are actually also thinking about longevity and age-related health. And last but not least, gender-specific health. And I think that is, for me, I think it's a big opportunity for the industry, because, I mean, if you look into R&D investments today, and how much is actually spent specific to women, right? And we have 50% women, 50% men. You see that only a fraction currently is spent somehow when it comes to specific topics around women, right? And I think it's both, right? Both for the normal products where you see a lot of clinical studies, a lot of studies that are more focusing on men, but it's also about women-specific health topics where you see still a lack of offerings, right? And you see also that women asking more and more for these type of products. And therefore, I think it's also quite obvious that people believe that gender-specific, or more in particular, women-specific health category is going to grow in the coming years. And this brings me to my last topic, sustainability. It was mentioned that Green Deal and other things are somehow maybe more seen as a risk by the industry. On the other side, you could see it either as a risk or you can also see it as an opportunity as the industry. For consumers, the topic of sustainability is becoming more and more relevant, right? And we did a large multinational survey, and almost 80% of the consumers mentioned that sustainability is one of the top 5 value drivers, one of the top 5 reasons to buy or not to buy a product. So I think it's definitely something that should be seen not only as a risk, right, that we have more and more legislations around what we need to do, but it can be also an opportunity for self-care companies to spend more on sustainability, to invest in sustainability, to also drive consumer demand.